Hello everyone, this is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and every Tuesday I either have a video or I come live to show you what I have been working on in my classroom, my stamp room. And sometimes it is a classroom. I do hold classes, and we did that last week. So this week I am playing with Stampin' Up's Bewitching bundle. It's kind of time to start thinking about Halloween cards, Halloween treats, and the Bewitching stamp set comes, or there's a bundle in, and there's a witch hat builder punch that's really fun too. Good morning, Kathy. Thanks for popping in. And Ellen, thanks for joining me. Instead of just talking, why don't I pop you down to my work table and I will get started. How are things in Northeast Ohio, Kathy? Hope you're doing well. There's a little picture of my fan while I figure out what I'm doing. There we go. Alrighty. I've got a huge mess going on here today because I want to show two projects. So I have things just everywhere. So on page 57 of Stampin' Up's July through December mini catalog, you'll find this fun little bundle of products. Hi Kay, thanks for joining today. So glad everyone is here on this Tuesday morning. Hi Muffy, Delaware, awesome. Oh, mow lawn. No, we don't have any of that. We have lots of rock and it rained a little bit here today. So we have the this awesome stamp set and the witch hat builder punch. Actually, right now I do know that the hat has been so popular that it's unavailable. However, it's you know me, I'm not a big fussy cutter, but the hat is something that can be easily trimmed out with a scissor. So today I'm going to show you, this is the card. Hi Don. This is a card we made in class last week. So I will be making that. And then I will be making a treat packet and showing some other samples using this bundle at the very end. So stick with me if you want to see some other samples of what I've been working on. Good morning, Shelley. Thanks for joining me. Let's see, I'm going to take this apart. Let me show you the items that I use. So for the card, I used the sentiment from the Best Witches stamp set. Here is the Bewitching stamp set. We have the card base is it's black, basic black, folded, scored in the middle. I have two pieces of basic white 5 1/4 by 4. I have a vellum circle. It was cut with the stylish shapes dies. A piece of our black and white gingham ribbon. It's about 18 inches. Scrap white. And then I also have, this was the fun little piece. This was the goal of this card. My goal, hi Wendy, thanks for joining. My goal was to use this piece from the Chic dies in a Halloween card. To me, this little piece just said spiderweb. So I sat here until I figured out how I was going to use it in a card, and then I was so happy with it, I thought I would share it with you. What I did though is I took a piece of basic black cardstock, put some adhesive sheets on the back, and then ran it through. And then when I'm ready, I'll show you, how that comes off. But I did find, and this was a tip from my friend Beth, to make your, sometimes the black ink, I'm going to be using the Memento, and sometimes you just want a really good solid image on there. So I put it on the Stamparatus. The reason I'm putting a stamp set underneath is just to get good coverage. So I do have my piece of black cardstock or white cardstock in there. It's a day. It is a day. It's It's my son's 32nd birthday, so I know what I was doing 32 years ago today. I haven't made a card yet, so that's on the list today. So kind of scrambling. So here I'm just trying to get the hat, and then for some reason I really love the dotted one, and that's what's so great about the Stamparatus is that you can just re-ink your stamp. It's going to end up in the same place, so you can stamp it until you get a really nice black crisp image. And you can tell I'm not getting the tip of that hat, and that's because I'm probably a little too close to the edge here, but if I press down I will be able to get that yep, there we go, very nice crisp image. I am going to just set that aside so that we can we'll use that Stamparatus for the other little piece here in a little bit. All right, so let's just bring the card in. Frazzled? Oh, you're getting new internet. Oh, yeah. Life without internet is not good, is it? Because when it works, it's really good. Yeah. Okay, good. I have internet. Well, I shouldn't say anything, should I? All right, so we're just going to color the hat. This is Pumpkin Pie, the Stampin' Blends. Not getting too wild and crazy with that. Just going to kind of leave the same color scheme. They have two ends, a little nub end and a brush end. And I like the nub end best for just coloring. I'm not blending today. And so there we go. And then we'll be able to use the punch to punch that out. All right, and that's why I made this a little longer on the right-hand side, so that I have a little handle to punch that out. Stampin' Up's punches are all like this, where you just find the window and punches out, and there's some stars and some other things that pop out when you are punching that. All right, so here's our base, and we need to stamp in the lower right-hand corner. Best Witches. Yeah, what is it? September 20th. So we have about 6 weeks before Halloween. But if you need to get anything ordered and all set, projects planned, if you do Halloween, kind of fun projects. All right, then I did a little bit of blending with the Stampin' Blend, the blending brushes with the Pumpkin Pie ink. So I'm just going to take, I just put a little bit of ink, and then I brush off a little bit, and then I'm going to make just a circle, and I can get it as dark or as light as I want it. We decided that a little bit more color showed up beneath that the little black piece. So so I can be generous with that. Just keep applying. The reason I stamp off is so it doesn't get as blotchy. And get a little bit of that ink off. All right. And from here, I showed you that little piece that I did with the chic dies, and I did put in adhesive on the back, and if I can find just a little, and it just peels right off, and a lot of those pieces do come out, so there's less that you have to poke out, and you don't really, it doesn't matter if you poke them all out. Some of them will be covered by the circle, and spider webs are far from perfect, so you can kind of do what you like with that. So I'm going to just accept it's a little sticky, but I love those adhesive sheets. I hope that you use them. If you don't know how to use them, give me a shout and I can help you with that. Just kind of place that down and make sure that you've got that down. I am going to just go right ahead and put this on the card base so we can decorate from there. It's just a new Stampin' Seal Plus, so it might take me a minute to get it going here. There we go. And then I'll show you how I put the hat on the vellum to kind of hide the vellum. So how's everybody's Tuesday going? Everyone have a good weekend? You know, football has started, and that's always exciting. So here's our vellum that we've cut with the Stylish Shapes dies, and I have my Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put 3 on the back of the hat here. And then I'm going to put the hat on the vellum. Let me make sure I have the right side. And then to hide those, I'm just going to turn that over and then put the dimensionals on top of the dimensional, so it kind of hides it like that. And then we can position that hat on right there. So that's, let's see. Then we have ribbon. I took about 16 inches of that black and white gingham ribbon. For the next project, I actually colored it with the Stampin' Blends. That's a fun way to, this ribbon can be the little white. So think about that for holidays too, that black and red for Christmas. Yep, I'm struggling. Just slow down. We have, but I send a few Halloween cards, so it's always fun to have these on hand. Sometimes I'll send them as thank you notes to customers too. All right, there we go. And let's do a little bit of trim on that ribbon. And last little piece for the front are our black matte dots. It's fun. Stampin' Up! Has a variety of different embellishments we can use for our projects. Pick that up. And fumbling here. There we go. And then, of course, we're going to need a piece for the middle so you can write a message. I'm also, there's a frog from one of the sets. I'll stamp a frog. There we go. There's our frog with our black memento ink. And there we go. And that's the card, our Halloween card. I do have a tutorial on my blog today at kimplayswithpaper.com. So there are cutting directions and item numbers if you want to remake this card at home or make it your own. The next thing I want to show you is a fun little treat packet. These are Stampin' Up's Peekaboo treat bags, and you get 10 of them for $6, 5 of the white and 5 of the craft color. I've done other videos with these. I just absolutely love these bags. I was inspired by my team member and friend who had these for craft fairs, and I thought, oh my gosh, they are just so cute. So I will quickly make one of those here. Again, thank you, Ellen. I do hope to see you when you come to Mesa as well. Thanks for popping in, everybody. All right, and I've already done the hat, so I'm going to do the feet because the feet kind of through, I'll show you the bag. Let's make sure I have it in the right. So here's our bag. And actually it needs to go this way. And I'm going to put the magnet here. I usually only use one magnet. And then I'm going to place a sticky note right at the edge of the window because I don't want black ink on the window, but I do want to use the Stamparatus because sometimes stamping on this uneven surface of a bag, I don't get quite the black impression that I want. So I'll ink up the witch's feet or boots or shoes or whatever, and then I can actually, that's not too bad the first try. I always have to watch too. Sometimes I get a little bit of a halo on one of those sides. But super cute. The Stamparatus really helps me get the boots in the right position, especially when I made a bunch of these. I gave these as treats for everyone who came to class. So then if I just take that sticky note off, then I am ready to do the coloring on that. Whoopsie, excuse me, on those boots. So the colors, I'll bring that in so you can kind of see as I go. I like the Highland Heather. Whoopsie, wrong end. The Highland Heather, just kind of give the stripes of her socks. Really cute little, especially if you like grandkids or little kids in the neighborhood that you give special things to. And these candies are, they are loose, but you can find other treats that will fit in there as well. Good morning, Lisa. Thanks for joining. Just making a fun little, finished a card and doing a fun little treat bag with the Bewitching bundle. And these bags just open from the top. And you want to be gentle because, ask me how I know. They are gusseted at the bottom because it will stand up. So I sometimes will grab my my bone folder and try to just gently open up that gusset in here. Easier said than done, but that way you can get some of that candy tucked down in there. Some of these are more forgiving than others. There we go. And then I'm just going to stick the rounded end of that bone folder in. There we go, so that we get a kind of a little flatter bottom. And then I have got the candy corn. How many of you guys like the candy corn with the nuts in it? I know my husband, I said, go find me some candy corn. So he came home with candy corn for himself and then candy corn some nuts to put in it. All right, so I'll just seal that shut. I've already stamped one of the hats and colored it so that you don't have to watch me color, and I'll just punch that out. Like I said, I know that the punch has been very popular and it might not be available as of today, September 20th, but it's also one of those that's not very difficult to cut if you needed to cut it by hand. All right, so I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back of that hat and affix it to the front of the bag. Super cute. And you can use any colors that you want to make the hat. I didn't mention I was inspired by Shelley McVeigh. Also, let's add a little bit of ribbon on the hat. And I don't know where she was, but she made a whole bunch of these for some craft show she's doing in Nebraska. Sometimes treat packets are real popular. It's something you can give your coworkers to, your neighbors. If you're in a bunco group or bridge or any of those, a book club. Book club, the book club people like candy. So, all right, I've got my little ribbon. We'll put a little glue dot on it. And then just kind of attach it to the hat. I will need to shush that bow and trim it a little bit because I do want to show you one last thing. about the ribbon. So that ribbon starts out as a black and white gingham, but it can be colored. So I've got about 18 inches, and I'm just going to take my pumpkin pie Stampin' Blend, and I'm using the brush tip, and just look how easy that goes on. And as you see how easy it goes on, and I'm not putting a lot of pressure on, and it dries almost immediately. Think of all the different color combinations that you can make with this ribbon and the black and the white. Tons. We have lots and lots of colors. Stampin' Up! Offers lots and lots of colors of Stampin' Blends. So these projects will be available on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com. And my bag. We have, and this is the treat bags have little notches on the sides, so you can it'll notch in there. And in just a couple minutes, when I finish this bag, I'll show you just a handful of other card samples that I made with different designs, different layouts. There we go, and then we can trim that. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the treat bag and the card. Let's see. And you may have already seen this one. This uses the Dots and Spots die. Just went with a pumpkin pie and black theme for that, along with the sentiment from the Best Witches stamp set. Here's another one. I really do like the Granny. This one's Granny Apple Green and Highland Heather. There's a bit of washi tape that we have offered in the mini catalog. Love the washi tape, and a little bit of an embossing folder. That paper is the black and white paper, also from the catalog. This is fun. I love the 3-panel card and this really great ribbon. So just some fun Halloween card samples for you. Let me know if you need any dimensions. And here's the last one. Using the washi tape again, and I colored the pearls with the pumpkin pie to match. So there we have our have good stack of Halloween cards to send out using Stampin' Up's Bewitching bundle. I hope you enjoyed it and are inspired to start some cards and get them sent out. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back next Tuesday with what I've been working on in the craft room. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.